Good evening. How's everyone doing? All right. We are live. As always, let me double check everything because we're trying something new today. So more than ever, I need to keep track. That looks fine. That looks fine. All right. So how's everyone doing? Personally, I'm doing really well right now. Feeling great. Make sure I got some water in me. Right. Okay, I need to stay away from OBS and everything like that because I think everything is fine and we're doing great. As far as I can tell, all chats are open. Music is on. Nothing seems to be broken. All right, so with that, what's on the schedule today? We are going back to Blender. We are looking at the diorama, which we left at a half-done state. It's, for those who do not know, me and a group of friends are making a game. We call it a Gym Tycoon for now. It's more of a code name than anything else. We are still going back and forth of what we want to call it. And my task right now is to kind of figure out what we want with the look of the game. And I decided that it would be great to have like a diorama of what could be the initial demo level, which the player would start with, and we could try out various sizes. We could try and like surface areas and things like that, various gym equipments, which we have a list of what we want to start with, but we have a few that we haven't, that I haven't modeled yet. So we're going to do that. We're going to add that to the scene. We're going to make some adjustments because I want to make further adjustments, which makes sense. The game isn't ready, so of course we'll make adjustments. I have a few ideas, and I have a list, as you can see, for vertical. It's down below, and for everyone else, it's to my left, but for you, it's, I'm guessing, right. Does that make sense? You can also tell that something's off with the vertical. Maybe not. No, it looks fine. Background image seems to be darker than expected, and I'm cutting off, of course, because, well, my green screen behind me isn't the biggest thing in the world, so I had to crop in a bit. I'm going to stop doing this. I promise. And let's see. What about volume, by the way? Going between negative 40 and negative 45 decibels. I have no idea what that means in OBS, but it's been working like in every other stream, so I'm just going to raise it on my end. Shouldn't affect what's going on stream. All right. There's no further updates, by the way. At least not what I can kind of write, like, nothing comes to mind, I should say. Other than a few things, I guess I could talk about my day as far as that goes. I've been working, fun. It's such a dumb topic. It's so stupid. All right, I did one thing which is kind of fun for some. I like it. I sort my Magic the Gathering card deck, or the half of my collection list. Again, the worst topics, aren't they? But yeah, that was fun in a way because now I feel more relieved because they've been lying in a corner of my apartment for probably half a year. It's been annoying seeing them. And I do have this sorting device. It's too far away, so I can't show you. But what it does is it allows you to slide cards, and you have like a cell phone on top on a small shelf. So when it slides into the let's call it pocket, the camera will recognize the card and collect data from it, right? That's kind of neat. So it took me like, I'd say 45 minutes, an hour to sort, I don't know, 800 to 1,000 cards. So it's quite fast. Although it has its ups and downs because it doesn't recognize types as well. If you have a foil card, which is like shiny part. It's really shiny if you put in the right lights. It doesn't separate that from a regular part of the same art style, but without the foil part. So that's annoying, but hey, you can just only go in and just type it in, so it's not the worst. And considering the alternative, I'm super happy with this as a the main way of me sorting my stuff. Other than that, I kind of recognize a few things, like if you have a very special art of one card, it does separate that from the original or the more standard art. So yeah, I think that is enough magic. Perhaps one day we can go into more details if there's an interest, but for me personally, that's probably as far as I go regarding magic, I guess. Either way, let's get into it. Let's see, I've done some updates on my Stream Deck, so I need to figure that out. It should be in the specific windows, and majority of my games, and then we have Blender. That seems to work fine. How's on the vertical side? Seems to be fine. I've been struggling a bit with the location of my camera on the vertical side. I have a layout that allows me to see where things like chat and a few other information will be popping up on the vertical. Therefore, I hope I missed that and I'm not hidden by that UI. Other than that, I'm not sure. Real June, hello, how you doing? Welcome. Good timing. Hi on you. I was just talking about the vertical side. Oh, I heard you. I heard you. How you doing? I just saw it. If I missed your hi before, then I'm sorry, but how you doing? Yeah, so we were just talking about vertical. This is probably the first proper vertical stream I've done. I think I missed a few details previously. I thought I had it done, or nailed down, but apparently I didn't. And I hope the layout works well and that chat is visible to everyone and I'm not in the way or I'm not covered by anything. So I hope it works well. So yeah. I also might not see it on the small screens, but I do have a shadow now, which is something I didn't have before. It was kind of fun detail. And yeah, I think overall, I think the layout is slightly better. I'm going to make small adjustments every now and then as I realize things doesn't work or something worked really well. Of course, I'm going to keep it or make minor adjustments. But yeah, I do believe I should stop yapping and we should get into this. And I see I didn't clean up my outliner, which is, of course, not good because that makes things a bit messy, but can survive with as few asses with no more asses than this, then it should be perfectly fine. Let's see. So one thing I wanted to do, I need to model one of these. I'm not sure what they are called, at least not in English. I've been calling them exercise chairs. There could be free weight chairs and things like that. We're going to have to find a reference for that and make sure we have a proper size. Right now, it's probably way too big. I'm looking at the bench press and comparing them. It's way too big. And we're going to have a shelf with weights. We're going to have to do that. And looking at this, we could either place it at this wall, or perhaps we can move the sink and place the equipments on that. We are also going to remove the window. So one of the reasons for this is meant to be your start, like the gym where you're starting. So you're not meant to have all these fancy things. So in my head, a window is a later upgrade you can do to improve the happiness of your customers, right? Alternatively, we can make it smaller. Or we'll keep it. I haven't really made up my mind yet. Because at the same time, I do like the idea of having something kind of looks out. Oh, and also we're going to add a bathroom module. I'm not sure where to put that. We might put it in the corner here. It's more of a, you don't have a access to a locker room right now, so let's add a bathroom where you can change, right? That's actually what my current gym has. It's just a very small gym, but it's really well made. It has all the equipment you need, and like recently purchased equipment. The downside is that, yes, it is small. There's not a proper locker room. Some of the equipments I like, such as the T-bar row, there's nothing like that. And you have to kind of improvise quite a bit, but I'll get by. But yeah, so where should we start? I want to have a bathroom. Where should I put it? We could put it in the corner over here, next to the vending machines. We can move the vending machine to somewhere else. We can move it to this corner, perhaps. Alternatively, we could move the reception desk to the other side. Obler, how you doing? How's your day been? I'm doing some planning right now. Hello, good sword. Yes, hello, good sword to you too. I figured as much. Pontus Rasmusson, hello, how you doing? Am I building a gym? Yes, I am. It's a diorama for a game me and a few friends are working on. And we wanted something represent the initial demo stage. Like a real gym? No, not a real one. No. That would be an interesting challenge though, but finances, interest, motivation, all of that, no. I do want to represent the atmosphere as a proper gym. The main idea of the game is to kind of make fun of the stereotypes that you can find at the gym, and it's something I personally see every day. So, yeah, kind of want to make fun of it just a little bit, with all love and respect. But we should be able to make fun of a few things. Oh, thank you. Yeah, thank you. How's everything? Hope you're doing well. Yes, I am. I'm doing very well, actually. So good. I can't really think of anything to kind of complain about, which is unusual. No, I'm doing really well. Thank you. So how about you, though, Cobbler? Have you been working on your stuff, anything by now? Like, been a while, I think. Mail you the game when you're done. I'll consider it. We haven't really thought of opening that option yet. All right. Let's see if we can make some progress. I'm going to change the pillars first and foremost, I think, because they are a bit too thick right now and they stick out. I don't like that. So we're gonna move them a bit. So, oh, did I make I made them into instances, didn't I? I did. Well, we'll figure that out. If I do this, oh, that's not, all right. Wait, are they not instances or what's going on? What's going on? Crazy week for me, but getting it together. I'm glad. Well, I'm not glad that you're having a crazy week, but I'm glad you're getting stuff together. Is it? Wait, why is it? Oh, it's the same, of course. Now I get it. Now I get it. It's the same model. My head is not comprehending what's going on. All right, so let's try this. Vertex. Let's do closest. Let's snap you to that plane. There we go. What's going on, Calder? Anything you can talk about? Should I do this? I might have to, you know what? Let's do it this way. We're going to select them all. Going to do a loose part and just make them one individual instead. We almost. Should I move it? Because now it's in front of the window. We could probably make the window a bit smaller or something. Yeah, let's do that. Or should I perhaps thinking whether or not to keep pillars inside the playable area? I think not. And next, we're going to pick all 3 individual origin. Do half the size. I think that could work a lot better. Only boring stuff. Not going to kill the vibe. Only positive vibe here. I appreciate that. Sorry to hear though. I do have to go through some boring stuff, but good thing that happened every now and then, because then you can appreciate the fun part. You made your own rule. Well, I can stand behind that rule though. So let's see. Let's also make these. That's not going to work, is it? What's going on? Oh. Oh, okay, that makes sense. That makes less sense. What's going on? There we go. Been modeling all day, so I'm actually kind of all out of modeling, almost, if that makes sense. Let's also grab these faces. We're going to have them disappear on us. There we go. And as far as pillars go, I think we are fine with this. Let's move around some of the equipment. First of all, let's put you at the center of the world. We can kind of represent the move itself. Because we want to snap everything to a grid, I believe. Tuesday's tip. Oh, we haven't had a Tuesday tip in a while. All right. Can I do this? Let's see what this is all about. We're going to, for a second, turn off the music. 1 second. I need to figure this out. There's so many buttons now. Should probably fix that at some point. So we do have, show you my bookmarks. I'm guessing you can't see that yet. No, because we need to go to this one. There we go. So what's going on? To hear this too. Hopefully this is not too loud. Should be fine.
In Blender. So the very basic way of aligning stuff in Blender would be aligning.
Ooh, object alignment. Yeah, we've had a few
cube in here and it's rotated, and I wanted to
things with that we need to look at.
To a face. So I'm going to go to edit mode and Shift S with machine tools and move my cursor to face. If I do not hold Alt and just simply click.
Wait, what did you do? Press Shift to open cursor. Yeah. Press inherit object rotation. Sorry, what was that? Let's try that again.
And it's rotated, and I want it to align.
It's low. Okay, just let me. Perhaps I need to update. No. Okay.
Another object.
Is that better?
To a face. So I'm going to go to
Oh, it is browser. Yeah.
mode and Shift S with my.
More. All right. So he's going to Shift S. I don't think I have. Do I have that? Sorry, I need to check that. No, I think I've overwritten this because of an add-on. Or is he also using an add-on? He's using View. All right.
Machine tools and move my cursor to face. If I do not hold Alt and just
Machine tool. Oh, okay.
my cursor will move and will inherit the rotation of the face. So now if I'm going to, for example, run a cylinder and then Shift S and move it to cursor, it's going to inherit its rotation, right? Now,
all right. The question is then, am I using machine tool? I know I have machine tool installed, but is that machine tool, when I press Shift S, I think that's something else. Okay. But that would be great. I'm using a different way right now.
So let me just move the cursor back to origin and shift select this object so they both
Let's skip ahead a bit.
So this one, shift select this one, right? Then I can use Alt+A tool from machine tools to align. So Alt+A and it's going to align the cylinder to the location.
Is it aligning inside
of this cube? And you can also adjust the scale. Location line. So Alt+A and it's
this pie man is powerful. Yeah, absolutely. But I'm kind of curious, is it aligning with the center? Okay, so it's aligning with the cube's origin and rotation. Okay. But it does require the rotation to be
of this cube.
Not be frozen, right?
Adjust the scale. This is really useful because I shift this radial array and Bob Janko, right? And you can press D to displace it. Now, in edit mode, it's going to be the same. Let's say,
that's a good tip.
You know, this face is slightly disfigured here, right? And I wanted to align it. What I can do is I can align edges, verts, or faces. Like, for instance, I could align this one, I could align this one, and I could align this one. Just face alignment. Or I could align verts, right? So I could align this vert to this one, you know, this one to this one, and, you know, you're done, right? You also use
and that's the Alt+A, right?
Here too.
What he's doing right now? Yeah, Alt+A.
Better. There you go, and we're back to a cube, right? Another way of aligning would be to use straighten tool. So Control B this, right? And if I wanted to straighten this edge, what I can do is select this one, and this one with Shift, Alt+A, and straighten. Or I could select this one, and this one, and then Alt+A and straighten, right?
Oh, that I like.
Mesh machine to symmetrize, and then we can just simply dissolve this edge and Bob Janko, right? Another way of doing this would be flattening with mesh machine. So select these two, right? Y and flatten. And you can also do it the other way around. So select this one and flatten, okay? Then you also have alignment of the view. So for example, let's say I wanted to align myself to this triangle, right? I just combine them here for fun. So what I can do, I can go to Q menu with hard ups and go to mesh tools and align view. And then you can hold shift and scroll, hold control and scroll, and also hold alt and scroll to change the alignment angle. And then obviously you have vanilla alignment. So if you hold alt and middle mouse button, you can align yourself to any view really, in terms of you know, top, bottom, back, etc., front, you know. And this
So there's many ways to do these things it's doing right now, but it seems to me the mesh machine add-on, it just simplifies it a bit. It's not with a lot because there's a think of the aligning to face, for example. It works with shift and numpads, for example. Although it's not perfect, there are a few cases where it doesn't really work that well. And then the alignment stuff. One was really cool. That was when he created that vertical line. That one is harder to do. But going from straight line, you can just use the snapped stuff, like a vertex snap. Then again, if you have face snap on, you need to adjust that. So it does improve the process quite a bit.
A lot, especially when I'm working in orthographic view. Now, these are just basics of Blender, really. And if you would like to learn more about creating some really awesome stuff in there, the link is in the video description.
Oh, it's this guy. Oh, no, he's part of the Blender Bros. Oh, I didn't figure that out until now.
You should grab
yeah, the Blender Bros are amazing when it comes to hard surface stuff and Blender. I highly recommend these guys.
Amazing. People absolutely love them and getting fantastic.
Oh, there you go. Yeah, that's good. Really good. Yeah, this Rio, I follow usually follow the other part of the Blender Bros. What's his name now? I remember. Just let me actually check that. Have his name here somewhere. Or did I stop follow this stuff because he doesn't post as much anymore? I might have unsubscribed to his channel because I haven't seen stuff from him in a while. But yeah, highly recommend. Zarif94. If I'm not mistaken, you need to enable the pi menus in the preference for the machine to pi to more. Yeah, you absolutely do. For the Shift S, you think you need to enable cursor or in pi menu. Oh yeah, because I have you can't really see that well right now. Just give me a second. So I'm using. This is what happens when I press Shift S, which I believe is actually that default Blender. I can't remember. I think that's default Blender. So what you're referring to is I need to go to. Yeah, it's default. All right. I kind of destroyed my Blender experience, but well, not destroyed. That's the wrong word. But I don't know what's default anymore because of all the add-ons I'm using. Machine tools, right? That's the add-on. We're looking at, what was it again? It was the cursor and origin. Oh, we don't need, sorry, just 1 second. I need to bring back the music. Boring without music. We'll add an extra on top, okay. So we have pi menus right here. So cursor and origin. All right, so I assume that is it then. Oh. This is what? Align cursor is selected. Reset cursor to world origin. Honestly, these are the ones I use the most. Yeah, I mean, these are usually the ones you use, right? I can't remember. The other ones, really, I rarely use those. If I don't like it, I can just undo it. True. Yeah, absolutely. Now it's more of a matter of just getting used to the location of each alternative, because in the default, you would use the two bottom ones most. At least I used the bottom ones. Now it's more like, oh, which one are they? But I think I'm gonna learn to use these because there were some really useful things. So definitely gonna look into that. Let's see. So what did we just fix? We fixed the pillars. The alternative now. Let's install a bathroom. I was thinking the bathroom should be on this side. Tuesday's tips. Yeah, we should probably have some kind of nice thing happening on screen for Tuesday tips. Instead of Taco Tuesday, we'll have Tuesday tip, Blender Tuesday tip. The downside is probably you need to be here every Tuesday from now on to give us those tips. That's the only downside I can see. Can you do that for us? I'm trying to figure out how big this thing should be. You know what? Let's just do it this way. Perfect opportunity 2. Is it this one? Oh, there you go. Anyway, so do you use any plugin between Unreal and Blender? You mean like an export plugin? Yes, if that's the case, yes. I have one that I'm deeply in love with, and it's really powerful. All right. So I'm using one called, let's see if I can just double check the naming. It's called Send to Unreal. And if you Google it, you probably have to do like, instead of a 2, you would write the number 2. I think that's the case at least. Highly recommend this one because what you can do is it will give you this menu up here. And you can go to export. You can either click straight away, Send to Unreal, and it will follow all the settings you've already set it, like dial in and send everything to Unreal just as you like it. Or you go to advanced, and here you can do a few things like in path. You can send the mesh itself. You can send the animation folder. You can send it to a disk, which gives you an FBX. You can send directly to Unreal, which doesn't give you an FBX, but gives you a UE asset file. Or you can do both. That works the same way. And you can do an export. You can do all these things. You can automatically add static mesh or various prefixes, and it's also going to remove them once they've added it. It's also going to remove them. It doesn't show up in your outliner. You can set all of these things and import. Never used import, to be honest, but there's an option. Validation, never used validation. Again, it's an option. Once you're done, you just click OK. And you can always, as usual, it's Blender. You can add this to quick menu. So I have it on quick menu too. So just send it to Unreal. It's one of the best tools I've found so far to export things to Unreal. And it rarely breaks down. It's done that a few times. For example, when we went over from 4 to 5, which makes sense, of course, because that's a completely new engine. But they updated it pretty fast, so absolutely recommended. Oh, no worries. Always happy to show off some add-ons I found. Don't want to take credit, but it's always fun to give people like, hey, try this out because it's an amazing tool. Let's see, we're going to do this. Can I? Do that, it's going to do this. Okay, of course. What I want to do, select the item with offset. What does that mean? What's the difference? What's the difference between to cursor offset and to cursor? That's sending back to origin. That's sending. Okay. So we're going to do this. Then we're going to. This feels like I'm doing this the wrong way. Let's hide this for now. Oh, I'm still on grid. There we go. There we go. Perfect. And we're going to snap this to the top. Let's see. So a 2 to 3. How about we make it? How big should a bathroom be, by the way? Should I make it a 3 by 3? Pretty big, isn't it? Yeah, it feels quite big, doesn't it? Let's try and keep it 2 by 2. Okay, wait, what? Okay, not sure why that's happening. This would be a bathroom, yeah, eventually. Hey, Sadat, how you doing? Welcome. How about making this like 2.1, 1.4? Okay. Yeah, also cobbler, I sent in a ticket to Twitch regarding this weird thing that's going on with the ad notification, because it just told me that that initial 1 minute warning has not passed. We still don't have ads. So I think it's another like 20 seconds until we actually get the ads, so it makes no sense. Make sure you make space for the knees. Well, I assume like a 2 meter depth should be more than enough. Who knows? All right, so hopefully. Here we go. All right. So we have ads on Twitch, which means we have an opportunity to move around a bit and just relax. In StreamBot Discord, no, that should be fine. No, so there's an option on Twitch side where you can ask Twitch to give you a notification, like a warning before, like a heads up, so rather before ads start. And I've selected 1 minute. When I get that notification, it starts and it shows me, okay, 1 minute ticks, right? But each time the 1 minute is up, it takes another 50 to 55 seconds. And I've actually timed it using a cell phone before the ads actually kick off. So that notification is completely useless. So the only one that seems to work right now is the actual ad notification when it does start, not a warning. So I was sending a ticket to Twitch, but they haven't really gotten back to me. I can just double check so I haven't missed anything. Yeah, no, they haven't. Annoying. Oh, wait, what's going on? Where's my action window is gone. RS Block, thank you for the follow. And yes, we reached the goal. So RS Block, thank you. You helped us over the 50 followers, which is a nice number. So thank you. Oh, and even the announcement. I forgot about the announcement. There you go. It's working. And the ads are done. So welcome back, everyone who had the unfortunate ad break, or maybe a fortunate one. You got an option to move around a bit. We just hit the goal, by the way, of 50 followers. So right now I'm really happy. Thank you again. And yeah, on to the next goal, I guess, which I don't really know what that will be now, because I've set it to automatically update. Who knows? It's fun though. So thank you again. Yeah. I think we need to just, for now, make this door ever so slightly. One bathroom use. That's such generous reward you're throwing around. Oh shit, what button is it again? It's the B button. Make sure we have a boundary. Then it was slowly going in. Delete that. What next? We need to do this. Yes, a cube works well. both in-game and IRL. I would hate to have something like that on me, like can't go to the bathroom type of thing. I've seen a few streamers punish themselves with that, and I'm just like, holy shit. So 32, how you doing? Welcome. All right. So this makes me think we want to move the sink, the water hole, what you want to call it, because I kind of want to make room for a dumbbell shelf. But we have one disadvantage with the camera angle we chose to work with, and that is this is kind of the camera angle that's permanent right now in the game. So everything that's on the walls, just like the walls closest to us, will be might feel weird to have things connected or hung up on those because it feels like it's hovering in the air. I don't know. I mean, I heard about one streamer drop chocolate in the jacuzzi. Like, he actually did that, or is that a code word for something else? That would be insane. Why would you do that? It's kind of disgusting if what I'm thinking. Why I went there, my head right now, why? What's the point? Just disgusting. Why isn't... Oh, I need that. All right, so this is still not working. Why? This is more annoying than anything. Why is this not working the way I'm expecting it to? Is it because of this? That's one thing. This looks mega interesting. Never watched this being done before. Well, then if you're new here, or new to this, then there might be really interesting. This is my passion. I love doing these things. We're working on this gym for a game, or the game we're working on. We can do it. Let's see if it still works. Does the command still work? Yes, it does. This is the game we're working on. And there's been a few updates. We had a meeting like 2 weeks ago, like a big one, where we sat down with some hamburgers and some real French fries and some good beers and just talked for hours on what we wanted to do with this. And my task became this: let's create a diorama so we can kind of have an initial demo. You followed me when I was playing Satisfactory, but this is mega cool. All right. Yeah, I'm going to go back to Satisfactory one day. But my main thing with this channel is making games. And Blender is the big thing. That's where I shine the most. My experience comes from Blender. Satisfactory is such a fun game, though. I just really want to go back. I'm playing on my own, my separate save. And I probably just past week spent, I would say 30 hours, which is insane considering I'm working, I'm streaming, and then my spare time, what do? I play more games. That's such a, yeah, don't do what I do. Don't do what I do. Such a dumb way of spending the day. You know what? Let's move. Oh, right. No. Wait, can I move the origin from here? Oh, I can. That's so good. I love that. Let's also, I might have to adjust this. And the reason I might have to is because, no, I didn't. Okay, so there's a really handy tool in machine tools, right? That's the name of the add-on. Now, hops. So that's hard hops. That's called a sharpen, and it adds an auto smooth, which is great. It adds these nice smooth shapes. But sometimes it also adds an extra like crease and bevel weight. It does nothing for us right now, so I don't want it. So usually you would have to go into your preferences and turn that off. We are fine. Let's also set rotation to 0. Scale rotation. So how do you guys feel about this? Because I'm hesitant to have things on the nearest walls, like what I have with the sink right now. And what if we could extend this surface a bit? Also thinking when I'm at it, let's honestly move this a bit. How much though? Let's do 0.5. Let's do 0.5. Let's do 0.5. Could also do an extrude, move in X. Let's do negative 0.5. There you go. And we're also going to, what is nothing under there? Okay, so let's just do this. Oh, no, not even close. Why is that? Oh, that makes sense, I guess. That makes less sense. There we go. So we're going to have a dumbbell shelf in this corner. We're also going to move this ever so slightly to the side. And I want to try to keep it to the grid if possible. And let's try it a 0.5 meter increments. And that's kind of just to replicate what would happen in the engine. Okay. Right, so where should we put the bench press? We put it, well, we just put it in the, down here somewhere. Also, we need a plate rack, which we should have near these machines. Oh, we don't have the barbell, or the not barbell. Is it? Is it called a barbell? I think it is. Either way. Perhaps we should actually do this. Oh, I can't do that. All right. So we're trying to represent a empty gym, so you can't really add too much because this is the initial state you would see your gym in. Anything you can name it anything, and I will believe you right now. Fair enough. But I'm trying to be correct as much as possible. Now I need to look it up. What is it called? This is so annoying. It's one of those things you feel like you should just know or remember. No, it's called a barbell. The reason why it didn't click in my mind is because of the word bell. Like it would be shaped like a bell, but it's a just the bar for squats and bench press. We do have one for bench press. We don't have one for the squat rack right now. And that should probably be separate, but we can do that another time. Doesn't have to be now. Okay, so let's move around a few things. Let's combine these, by the way. I'm thinking. So you enter it like this. You have your reception desk. You have bathroom / locker room. Pillars looks fine. We have one rack, one squat rack, I should say. We have bench press, 2 cardio machines, and the seat. Now we need the shelves for the dumbbells. I think that is the next one. So let's see if we can find good reference. So, okay, so we have, so usually a dumbbell shelf, I'd say there are 2 versions, right? One is where you place your dumbbells just straight on, like so. But then you have the tower where you would place it on the sides. And I'm thinking, what would be most reasonable in a like newly opened, cheap, private, but at the same time public gym? That makes sense. Private and public doesn't make sense. But so, let's say you own this gym. You just started this gym. You don't have a lot of cash or assets in general, and you wanted to open a gym, and you can only afford 6 or 7 machines, right? What would you go for? Would you go for that tower, or would you go for a more like a proper shelf? You can kind of look at, and I'm kind of in the way. How about we do this? So you can see the alternatives. This is what I would call less proper dumbbell rack, but that's my personal opinion. So it's not really, I mean, it's probably well made, just that it doesn't have the dumbbells I use on it. Oh, this is a weird one. What is this? What on earth is that? Don't. Then you have these. I think these probably are more proper. I do like that one. Can we not move around this much? Actually, it's from Stadium. That's a proper brand. So I'm not sure. This one's kind of nice too. And my guess is it's just angular bars of metal just welded together. And then you have simple leg. You also have this one. I kind of like that, but that's more premium. It feels. I'm not sure. I do feel like I need to make a decision though. Should we go for this one? The thing I like about that is I feel like we can make that more modular. Or no, actually this one will be probably even more modular. Like that's also something we need to keep in mind, that we could extend racks. This one has 3 layers though. That I don't like. Let's pick this one, but we're going to make a adjustment to it. Actually, you don't need to see me doing this part, so I'm just going to move back to Blender. 1 second. There are so many buttons. It's starting to get complicated because I only have so many buttons that I can press at one time. Okay. Zoom in. Grab a photo. Let's see. You need to be... I'm just working on the pure ref right now. 1 second. Let's close that window. You can't see the pure ref because I'm using Windows capture. How should I do that? Didn't think this through. I thought I had everything set up. Don't think it's necessary for me to make a new window, so I'm just going to do this just to show what I'm working with. So this PureRef, by the way, PureRef software, if you haven't used that before to either just collect images, whatever, it's absolutely insane, really good, and it's free. So I'm looking at, we need one of these shelves, which is really simple. It's just cubes, more or less. And we need to divide that. We need to split it. We need to create legs. I think this is probably a really simple model. So I'll just get into it, I guess. The side and back to Blender window. All right, so I'm going to keep that on the side while I'm working on it. We're going to make it on this side. Let's determine the size first. I'm going to borrow these. Where are you? Okay. And how tall should it be? How would it be? It would be something like this, right? Which is roughly 1 meter in height. That would mean it will be at my waist, roughly. Perhaps a bit higher. Let's make it 0.9. I'm going to bring this back. So this will be 2 by 1, almost 1 in height. And honestly, let's make it 1 in height to keep it uniform. I think that could be easier in the long run for us when it comes to modeling and things like that. So this is just a scale reference. So let's just call it dumbbell rack size ref. And just to make it less like intrusive on our site, we're going to make it wireframed or wire. We're going to delete the middle one. We're going to make this unselectable, so now I can't select it. Perfect. Right. Mohammed, hello. How you doing? And also, let's honestly just move it first. No, let's keep it there for now. Let's start with the legs. How I'm doing? I'm doing well, Mohammed. How are you doing? Let's see. And now I kind of need to make it selectable again. So I need to, can I do this? Can I move the cursor to face? And we can make it unselectable again. And add a cube. And we're going to move it up. Go. And then we're going to adjust the scale ever so slightly. Are you doing well, Mohammed? I'm glad to hear. Oh, that's the wrong one. Nope. Need to have vertex and closest. There we go. You know what? Let's no, we're not going to make it full length. We can do it this way. And make sure it's reset on the scale and rotation. Mohammed, you are happy, but even though most things isn't going well, I'm sorry to hear that things aren't really going well, but at the same time, if you're happy, that's a good thing. We shouldn't let bad things tear us down. Well, it's reasonable if it does happen, though, because bad things are terrible. We can stay positive. To edge, perfect. Now we're going to make a copy. I'm going to rotate you like... That's not what I wanted, because we first need to move this. Oh, that's so good. I was so happy we got to look at that menu. It's really good. You got internet connection? Oh, that's nice. Like new as for your like dorm room or something, because you used your cell phone before, Mohammed, but now you have more stable internet. Is that what you're saying? That's really good. Let's take a step back and look at this. That doesn't feel right. This feels way too big. I'm not sure I like that. Maybe it looks better once we have all the shelves, because right now it feels like it's way too far out from the wall itself. We could also adjust by this. So this cube, the scale reference, they're called size ref. That will be how big the footprint of the equipment is. So nothing can be just slightly in front of it. It has to be outside of this, which I probably should do for all of these. Now I think about it, because that could be nice to have in general. Mohammed, you bought some internet connection that gave you up to 25 gigabytes. That's not bad. I usually use like 5 gigs for my mobile phone each month, which is not a lot. It looks good. Well, thank you. We're making progress, which is always nice. Let's also do this. We're going to combine these two. Let's do the other way around, so I don't have the origin point all the way over there. I'm going to do this. Now they have the same, relative to themselves, same origin points. We're going to make an instance of one of them. So now that we make a change on one, the same change will happen on the other one. Perfect. The big reason is we're going to have to delete this face. We don't need that. We're going to add a edge. We're going to bevel that. Sure, it snaps to the right. Oh, now will be a great opportunity to use the other thing we learned. Actually, if I do these, Alt+A, I don't have that active. Of course I don't. Let's see, Cobbler, if you're still there, you remember the name of the align tool that came with machine tools. Probably is called align, isn't it? Something like smart line. It's probably this one. Or it's a alignment pie. It would be that one. You know what? Let's activate them both. And we can then check the key maps. Key maps. see, where are you? Cursor, align pi. It seems to be align pi, yeah. Well, align is also Alt+A, so we might get more than one option. You forgot how good the gym is you made. Thank you. What I'm adding right now. So I'm adding something called a dumbbell shelf rack or a dumbbell rack, which is you place these, you know, the dumbbells, the ones you see in movies where people stand like this and just work the biceps. That's just a place for them to rest. We're going to add that right now. And couldn't see it, or you can't see it right now, but it looks like this. So it's just a big shelf. And you would have dumbbells in between these. That's all it is. So it's nothing big, but it is a essential tool. Not dumbbell. It's, let's see, I can show you a picture actually. Just give me a second. Yeah, I'm sure you've seen these before. But just in case, I'm just going to show you either way. It's these things. We're going to add so you can actually see the shelf right here. This is the shelf we're working on right now. We're going to add a lot of these dumbbells. But we're going to make an adjustment. The one we're downloaded, the reference image, has 3 shelves. I want 2. Which we might do, though, in the future, add an upgrade to what you can buy, and that upgrade has its 3rd shelf. So because area is going to be such an important thing in the game, where you have to make sure you use your area properly. The area of your, like, your, what would we call it? I have it on the tip of the tongue. Called, well, your walls. I can't remember. So dumb. All right, we need to go to the proper. There we go. Right. So we're going to see if we can make this alignment to work. So we're going to do this. Nope, we're not going to do that. And I do believe it's as simple as doing that. No, that's not what I wanted. Why they look small in image? Which image were you referring to? The one I showed you on my browser or my reference image? It's okay. All right. Let's do world. That's not working. Let's do cursor. No. How about that? These are not working the way I hoped. Why not? Oh, there you go. How about that? No, it's... I'm pressing all the wrong buttons right now. I've never used this before, so this is new. Yep, that's not correct. What I don't want to do is this. Just go with one at a time. I could probably do that. Is it? That's not even working properly, is it? What's going on? Also, that is what I want. But I want them to do... Here we go. I thought I did that. The reference image. You're referring to this one? Why it looks so small? I think that's kind of because it is relative to most these shelves. It is small. Usually you would have a full, the entire wall of these shelves. Yeah, that's probably because they are small, if they look small. Okay, so let's try this one. Same thing, Alt. Perfect. That's exactly what I want. I feel like I could do this equally fast using... It's more clicks though, so that might be a downside. All right. Next, we need to combine all of these. There we go. Removed 4 vertices, exactly what we want to see. Next would be to adjust the bevels on these sides. Oh, actually, I need to check. Always before doing a bevel, make sure these rotations and everything are resets. Rotation might not be an issue, but scale is definitely an issue. So never bevel unless you want that effect, but it will affect... Scale will affect your beveling. Just so you know. We're going to do this, but we're also going to press C, clamp. We're also going to press... I'm going to do a few segments. We're going to try P, which affects the roundness, I should say, the profile of the image of the... Maybe we shouldn't, because... Yeah, let's not. Let's just do this. Yeah, it's not the effect I'm after. It's not that round. How about we do this? Let's add an edge. Select these. So that's closer. Then we're going to bevel these. That's closer, but we need to go a bit more. We're going to try this, actually. Let's try this. Now we're going to try a bevel weight, just so I can actually adjust this on the fly. I don't have to do a reset all the time. You can do weight. We make sure the geometry is clamped. Add a few of these. Turn off the wireframe. Nope, that's not going to do a difference. We're going to do sharpen. Such a minor detail, to be honest, but I do like the fact that I actually am looking at it. So now you can see with the bevel modifier, I can actually adjust this without having to do Control Z all the time. But it's not affecting this part. And is that because you don't have the modifier? There we go. That's why. We're going to do the same. This part. Let's add another 2 segments. All right. And next will be another bevel. This time we're going to do one from the hard ops. We're going to select the new bevel, which is Control Shift for 60-degree bevel. I'm just going to hold down Control Shift and do this. Oh, ooh. It's absolutely going crazy on me. Let's slow down. What's going on? Why are you doing that? Does that make sense? No, it doesn't. Why are you doing that? That makes no sense. Oh, it could be. Nope, not that. Why are you doing this? Oh, I think I know. I think I know. The reason is this one. Because that one, this bevel creates geometry in here that messes up the other bevel. Can I? Is there a way for me to get rid of that procedurally? I'm sure there is. I might have to commit. Let's do that. Let's commit. Yes, apply. Apply. There we go. Okay, so we got some ads running on which side. And I kind of do this just, I feel like for those who are interested but get the mandatory ads on Twitch side, I'd rather wait a minute or two so they can go through everything they need to go through with the ads and then get back to us, just in case they are interested in what we're doing. So I don't want people to miss anything. But in the meantime, let's have a look. They actually got back to me. Twitch got back to me. All right. Okay, so I didn't give enough information. I was pretty damn detailed. All right. Now they want a screenshot. Okay, let's see if I can grab a screenshot somehow. Sure how though. I have to do it during live when I'm live. That's kind of hard. Well, it's not that hard, but I just need to keep it in mind. And it happens every 40 minutes, so I will likely forget. All right, just 20 seconds left. My phone asked me if I did go to the gym today. No, I didn't. I was a lazy bastard. I actually went for a walk and bought some candy instead. So priorities. But now the break or the ad is done, so now we can finish off this part. We're not going to listen to 8-bit offsprings, so skip that. What else can we listen to? All right. So we're going to pick this one. We're going to select and do this. Nope, that's not the one. Limited dissolve. Hopefully with that and reset all my bevel weights, if I now activate this, still messes things up. Why? Oh, wait. Oh, of course. Now I understand. Oh, I think that makes sense. All right, so what's happening is we have overlapping vertices. So if I move, when the bevel is applied, I moved vertices along the segment, and when they hit the corner, now we had two overlapping vertices, and that causes issues. So what I want to do, let's see if we can do it this way. Is it Weld? I haven't used this in such a long time. We can do a Weld, and then we can activate this. There you go. Now the Weld, well, does what it says it does. It welds objects together. In this case, it welds the two vertices together. So perfect. That's really good. I'm going to pick this. I'm going to, for now, delete all of those. Let's fix this one first. So we have a weld modifier. Let's tighten up this. Let's make it 0.05. 0.005. Is that enough? That might not be enough. We might need a bit more. And let's make this 0. That's too much. Just trying to replicate what we did with the bench press, because that also has these bevels. That's actually quite a lot more than I thought. If I do too much, I'm feeling this will break, so we're not going to do too much. Instead, also going to add a add modifier weighted. And we're going to delete this part. Well, if we do that 100, yes, let's do 100. It's not a shading. It's almost working. What's your problem? It's a problem we need to fix later on. For now, we're going to select this one, copy modifiers. There we go. I'm going to double check my references. This, by all means, should be more defined. All right, perfect. So let's make the shelf, which has it's more or less 3 cubes that have been divided in half and then joined together. So that's easy enough. So pick these two, and then I don't know, pick the corresponding. Okay, I can't pick the face. All right, fair enough. Now how about we do this? Then a new cube. Next, I want to move this to cursor. Not align it like that, though. Keep off that perfect. Oh, I like that. I like that. So now we're just going to adjust the size ever so slightly. I'm thinking the X and Z should be close to 0.7. Small change, but should work. What would be a decent angle? About 15. Just checking what it would look like from a distance. That looks decent enough. And we're also going to add a empty plane axis at the center between these. So we can use that as a reference point or an external origin point, I wouldn't call it, but we're going to do a mirror, and we need a point to show the modifier where the center is, or where the halfway point between these two legs are. It'll make more sense in a second. Do this. We're going to do this. Going to add that modifier. Then we're going to select that object. So now it works like, oh, this is halfway between these two. Therefore, it will mirror the effects over. Perfect. Everything I do on one side will, well, yeah, mirror over to the other side. So it's really good. We're also going to, honestly, do this. Like that, this, invert, delete. Go to object mode, add a solidify modifier. I think that's actually spot on. Yep, I think we're spot on. Did my music die? What happened? It's meant to repeat. Why isn't it repeating? I don't know. Well. Right. Duplicate that. Move the mirror. Next, we're going to rotate you. It doesn't really matter which direction. You're going to have to do it twice. Can I do this? I don't want to do it. I don't want rotation. I don't want Z. I don't want Y. Only X. That's perfect. Spot on what I want. Do you know what? Let's actually divide this either way. Delete that part. Add the mirror. Welcome back. You had to drop the car at the family place. Oh, there you go. I'm starting to get a hang on of the modifier you showed me, so we're doing great. Already used it a few times. Nope. There we go. Far down, all the way. There we go. Honestly, a bit lower, so. And next, we're just going to duplicate that, rotate it. We can see the gold announcement on the stream channel in Discord. Yes. And I'm happy it's there because that was meant to happen. I'm glad you can see it. They're quite easy to add also. Which reminds me, I don't think I posted the thing I showed you earlier on Discord, did I? I don't think it's in the stream bots section. Just make sure. No, it isn't. All right, so might just add that. Ooh. Right, because I need to do this first. Then I need to tell it to stop doing this and do this instead. I thought, what's going on? Why are you doing that? I was also looking for that. Was also seeing the announcement. You know what? What we could do? I'll fix it right away. It will take me like 2 minutes tops. Now it's just all about what to write. There you go. Now it should be posted. Let's see. You know what? We're going to apply these. Can I do that? I can't. Sure why I can't though. Alright. Usually don't mind this song, but it's like, I think it's really long, if I remember correctly. It's almost 23 minutes long, so yeah, we're just going to skip that. How about thinking? I'm thinking. I might say something that will make you feel disappointed in me. I just saw your portfolio. I'm not sure why that should disappoint me. Now I'm scared though. I'm quite happy with my portfolio. What's up with it? Or there's something else I should be aware of. What's going on? Oh, you've never seen it before? Well, that's fine. I wouldn't be disappointed because you haven't looked at my portfolio. It's perfectly fine. Well, yeah, I haven't updated that in... Ooh. Can't be 2 years? Might be more than 2 years, actually. Only the best. At least the best I can offer. But a few things I'm really happy about. I'm really happy with the work we did on the Entropia Universe trailer. Unfortunately, I don't think that will ever be released. I'm not in the loop anymore regarding that, but it was really the work we did was really a lot of fun. I was happy about it. I like the machinery hard surface practice. Oh, the yellow box. That a fun story about that box. I was messaged by someone, I have no idea who they were, but they messaged me on ArtStations showing me screenshots and a web link, a link to a page where someone actually stole their art and used it for themselves. It's kind of, what asshole would do that? Especially since it's not really that good of a piece. And train compartment. Oh, the green machine. Oh, yeah, the green machine. Oh, you're picking the old ones. They are my student stuff back in 2017. The train compartment was actually the thing that got me into Future Games, which is a game school here in Sweden. And the green machine, yeah, I think I did that during time I was a student. Wow, the train compartment is almost 10 years old. That's insane. I probably should pick, I kind of pull that down purely because of the age of the thing. That's insane. The mobile service center. Yeah, that was my first. That's the first and only model that it was eventually that I made. That was eventually put into the game because it's an old game. It's been going on for like since 2003, I think. So it's more than 22 years old by now. But that was the only time I got the opportunity to actually make something that would go into that version of the game. I was working on more future project stuff. You did some cool environments design. I haven't watched my own portfolio in quite some time. Which one are you referring to? To check. My favorites are the Houdini stuff. That's my favorite stuff. Oh, you have the Japanese forest, also an old one. Oh, the visual styling showcase. Yeah, that was the big thing I worked on with a lot of other people. Amazing artists that went on to work for various studios. One of them is actually an artist at a place called To the Sky, which they are actually releasing their first game in October called God Slayers, was it? I need to check that out because I think it looks pretty cool. Godbreakers, that's the one. And honestly, I kind of want to show that off, to be honest with you all, because I think they've done an amazing work. Hopefully, I'm not going to get copy struck or something like that. So we're just going to show a few snippets. So this is, let's do that. I kind of want to hear the sound too. I'm just pressing buttons. Yeah. Oh, sorry, on vertical side might not look great, but might see something. So this is something that's going to be released in 24 days. Apparently, I think they've received some good feedback on it. Oh yeah, so Thunderful is the publisher. So yeah, I hope they do well. So this is their first game, so I do hope they do well. We'll see. We'll see what happens. I need to ask my friend what they actually worked on because it would be interesting to see more exactly what they were working on. You want the game? Well, have a look at it, see if you really like it, and give it a try. That's not the one. This is the one. Wait, what? Oh, no, why? I don't like it when it does that. Apply. Wait, why is... That's not meant to happen. Okay, so something's wrong. Something's... Do I need to do it this way? Apply, yes. Then go this, remove these. What's going on here? Yeah, well, yeah, the two bevels is meant to be there. One goes for the bevel weights. The other one is angle based. So they shouldn't interrupt, but I think I know what it is. I'm just going to do that. I'm just going to make this. Yeah, exactly. I think I just had a too small of a bevel. So when I applied it, it added a edge right here. But then again, when I did this, now that does look wrong. Why is it doing that? This doesn't make sense. Something's not what I expect it to be. I need a loop? Why would I need... You think I need one across? Like, between these? I mean, we could always try. I'm not sure I do need it, though, but it will do a lot more. Okay, yeah, you might be right. No, it's still doing the same thing. It's adding... It's not combining the loops. And I don't know why. Because I've even had a weld. Oh, the weld might be too small? Oh, that was the thing, I think. The welding wasn't welding. All right, fair enough. Or that, exactly. But I think what you did was actually, honestly, a lot... will help a lot too, because... Or your suggestion, because as I'm looking at it, it's definitely doing something really good. So, was perfectly fine. Good feedback. I'm just going to have to adjust size ever so slightly. And apparently I need to adjust... Wait, is it crooked? No. I'm going to have to adjust that part too. I need that to be beveled. And I'm guessing I need to do the same for these. Sometimes I rely too much on n-gons. Should that perhaps... No. Well, it should be. It's like that. Let's do this. Let's check with a weight normal. Apart from some really weird stuff going down there, we're doing fine. So I'm going to try and apply this. Do this, apply modifiers. That looks fine. That looks fine. How about this? And let's re-add. Weighted, remove you, make you 100%. There we go. No weird artifacts as far as I can tell. So hopefully this one didn't break because that was an instance. Looks like it broke. Of course it did. And also, there's a fun little thing you can, if you didn't know about this. So if you go to like edit mode, vertex, face, whatever, you can turn off modifiers while you're in the editor, but it will not turn off. Apparently that isn't working. What did it? All right, sorry. Oh, god dang it. It applied to, of course it applies to an instance. I'm dumb. All right. Never mind. But yeah, that thing should still work, but I have done something that breaks that part. So ignore what I just said. Instead, we're going to do it this way. We're going to borrow the modifier. It doesn't have one. Of course it doesn't. Nothing goes the way I want it right now. I'm trying to be all professional, show you these cool tricks, and nothing works. Too bad. But now things looks fine. Right, let's go for the active. Like that. Usually that works better. There we go. So before we move on, I'm actually going to add these scale references to all of these objects. I feel it helps quite a bit to kind of showcase the footprint they would have. Why does that look wrong? It doesn't. All right. Well, it did look wrong, but it wasn't. Let's make it wired. Yep. Which means you need to be moved back. No, instead of moving back, you need to be something like that. So I need to change the pivot point of that. I made the same, not sure if where I can post it. Another way you like, where can I post it? I'm not sure what way I like it. Are you referring to the Bevel work we just did or something? It kind of depends what it is. I mean, you can probably post it in something like a general chat or art chat. If it's part of StreamerBot, just add it there. If it's a art stuff, there's an art channel. You can post it in general if you want to. Yeah. It's also just chatting. That could work too. Not really. I haven't really set like super hard rules for the chat, the channels right now. If something feels like it could work, just post it there, and we can adjust later if we need to. So don't worry too much about it. Why are you jumping all the way? Oh, there we go. And this needs to be moved back. Something like that, perhaps. All right. I feel like that is a good way to indicate some technical stuff. 20 megabytes of roosted a bit. Yeah, 20 meg, that's a hefty thing. Are you trying to give me a full long form video or something? Did I? Yeah, I did. Music is on. Looking at this, I'm pretty sure this needs to be further back. My reasoning is that we want the footprint should also include the area where the NPCs will stand or kind of enter the machine itself. So they wouldn't be entering from the side, they would be entering from the front of this part. All right. Also, that reminds me, I need to fix the normals on this one. It looks, to be honest, terrible. Yep, that's there's something going on in the corners, not sure why. That's better overall. All right. Either way, it's not the right file for it either. So the thing we discussed about this, though, that the footprint would either be a T shape or a 2x3. And I'm thinking I prefer a 2x2, to be honest. What is that? Let's do 1.5. Increase the selection, do P, and disconnect the selection from the original mesh. To hide, delete the center edges, go to object, and set it to wired. Let's also lock you so you don't move. Did I accidentally add one more? I didn't. We need to lock this. They are all locked by now. Awesome. No, I don't like this part. So we're going to move this 0.5. We do the same with this one. That looks a lot better. Right. Let's bring those 2 points back. There we go. Got to move back to this. There you go. Not that it was that bad, but oh, actually, you know what we should do? We're going to keep this even. And that by that, we're going to have the same topology on both sides. So this one, I assume, will be extruded, snap to this part. And delete that part. And we're going to select these two edges like that. Extrude in Z, up. And just for the sake of it, we're going to combine these two. There we go. Sure, by distance, it's no overlapping vertices, and we're done. Perfect. Yeah, that looks a lot better. All right. We can go through it in a second, or I can I'll look at it on Discord. Where did you throw it up? Perhaps because I'm in streamer mode. See it. Did you post it on Discord? Because I can't see anything. Oh, there you go. Now it came up. Yeah, you almost got all the details. There was just one detail you missed, and that is everything looked great. So the top is also curved. That's the only thing I don't think you got, but everything else looked. Oh, I turned off the volumes or the sound. I couldn't hear if my voice got captured. That's fun. This is weird. My mic is actually smelling. It stinks. I'm not sure why. It might be this pop filter, whatever it's called. That's weird. I could take it off. I don't think it will. I don't think it does that much, to be honest. I did a few tests. I couldn't really see any difference. So my logic was, if I can't see a difference, I might as well just use it in case. Oh, yeah, just so everyone knows, you can probably see all the ad break stuff. We're having ads, and we're waiting for people on which side, and they will be back in roughly 10 seconds. And there we go. Let's do this. And I'm going to move back. I'm going to move this ever so slightly. I like it like so. There you go. I made you smell your mic, but it smells good. That's good. Yeah, I don't know. I just don't want to. Just give me a second. How about that? Did it affect the sound a lot, or is it still good? Feels weird now because this makes the mic quite a bit larger. So if nothing changed, I might consider keeping it as is. Still good? There you go. Right, so I'm looking at that. I'm looking at this. Could I also add? No. Why? That's the one I want. There you go. So I should probably add another one of these reference cubes on this too. Let's move you to the selected. Make a cube. And move it forward by 0.5. There you go. Hello again, Mohammed. Welcome back. Let's see. There we go. About my wow, almost I got a Australian accent there for a second. Just for a half second. You know what? This could be too. This is meant to be. Honestly, they should also. No, all right. Is this one of these? That's the one. You're playing chess. Nice. You played it 14 times. You're losing all of them. That's rough. Keep it up. So, because I'm sure it's going to be fine. Wait, where did my... Oh, I moved it. Oh, it's this one. There you go. I'm trying out that new add-on. It's kind of rough. Let's skip this one too. I want to see if we can get something with a bit more umph in it. You lost all but the last one. So you won number 15. Well, there you go. Well, let's pick this one. Which one is it though? I have so many of them. There we go. So face, select this. I don't have a face. Oh, of course. Move this, that. Scale, all fine, and there we go. Probably help to keep pops and plosives, but I can't hear the difference. And then you have a comment, Muhammad the Walker. There you go. Yeah, I mean, if it doesn't really make a difference, and I'm honestly, it still smells, so I'm just going to pop it back on. And it feels, no, I'm so used to this size now, so it feels weird when it's not that size. So I'm just going to pop it back on. There we go. I feel my head, it's so hot. Oh, the last one was long and you're feeling hot, exhausted. Yeah. Well, chess will do that, especially if you play against others. Yeah, that's Cobbler's nickname for you now, Mohammed. You're the Walker. Not sure what that means, though, but I'm sure it's perfectly fine. It could be because you walked such a distance. Last time you talked about traveling a distance. Okay, so where is it? That's the one. You'd probably spend the last minutes or the last time of this stream to organize. Maybe some came to my place and took revenge, sat on my mic or something. That would be absolutely the creepiest thing. And although sitting on my mic and make it smell will be absolutely horrendous, I'm more worried about the fact that someone could break into my apartment, leave no traces of ever being here, and doing their thing. And I didn't even notice. That would be scary. Oh, by the way, Cobbler, I have a challenge for you. You've been really good with the coding and StreamerBot stuff. If you can show me how I can access, you know about the Atom multi-streaming plugin for OBS, right? So it allows me to create vertical stream or vertical layouts. But the thing is, I can't access the filters so that I can animate my sources on that vertical through StreamerBot, if that makes sense. Because when I do the thing with my mic, or when I mute my mic, my camera moves. So I can't do that on the vertical side. For some reason, StreamerBot doesn't recognize the layout in OBS. So if you can fix that, if you know something about that, I will be in your debt again. All right, so let's see, what have I done? We're going to check off bathroom module, dumbbell shelf. We could do the plate rack or the exercise chair. If you can make it work, that would be absolutely amazing. I can still do stuff, so it's not like it's going to break anything, but if you can make it work, I would be really happy. All right, so I feel like the vending machine or the reception desk needs to move. But this one probably be more suited roughly. Just 1 second. I say roughly, and then I go into snap mode to be very precise. Because it needs to access to the vertical section. Yeah. Oh, don't worry about rushing through it, but if you could, that would be amazing. So I have something I can download. I found something online that allowed me to get access to the current scene. But from there, I couldn't really figure out how to get access to the sources in that scene, if that makes sense. Someone made some code that worked, but in my head, at that point, I just couldn't really get a hold of it. Like, it just didn't make sense to me. But yeah, that would be amazing. Ooh. Another question. Should I create one of these automatic, like, lock? No, you wouldn't have that in your first gym, right? It would introduce that later on. No, not stream elements. What was it called? I can't remember if I even saved it. I think I didn't save. Yeah, I did. Let's see. Who made it? Can I see that? It wasn't stream elements. It was. Can't find it. But I just Googled it and it's just popped up. You could Google something like StreamerBots, Atom, vertical axis or something like that. Mohammed, you said you walked from Tatooine to Gafsa or Google Maps. Well, either way, I think you mentioned it was more than 125 miles or something like that last time I spoke to you. That's insane. It takes me probably a month to walk that far. Automatic doors. So these doors would be automatic, right? Like sliding doors. But the idea is this is your first layout, your first gym. So you wouldn't have access, or you can't really afford all of these fancy like automatic things or equipments. So usually, at least most of the gyms I've been to have these doors you would have to scan your card, right? Well, I'm thinking, since this is the first gym you're owning, you would have to be at the gym and manually have someone check people when they walk in. Eventually, you can upgrade and add a automatic system. But I think as the first layout, I think we could skip those type of gates. 289 kilometers. That's insane. I think when I was as most active when it came to walking, I averaged, I think, 8, sometimes 10 kilometers a day, which would mean it would take me more than a month to walk that distance. So well done doing it in the time you did, because you didn't even take a month, did you? It took like 1 or 2 weeks, if I'm not mistaken. All right, I need to pick something. And let's go with a plate rack. But before we do that, though, I need to find a new reference. Let's see if we can find something interesting. Let's go to the main. Let's have a look. So the easiest way would just to pick something like this, right? It would also kind of fit with the rest of the theme we worked on. Oh, your bed is calling. We have to see what we need. It will probably take a day. So again, don't rush it. But I do appreciate if you would look into it. And if you need to go to bed, go to bed. I have 40 minutes left. So bed is actually kind of tempting, to be honest. I'm still kind of holding on. You did the almost 290K in 12 days. That's insane. What's this? I mean, this is kind of standard, isn't it? I do kind of like the simplicity of this one. But it also feels like it would be a... This looks 3D, doesn't it? You walked that distance or walked a lot every summer since you were 15 or 16? That's insane. Impressive. Very impressive. Oh, these are... these are 3D printed stuff, I think. Oh, okay. But I do kind of like the simplicity of it. Even though it's a 3D printed asset. You heading out, Calder? Yeah, absolutely. Yeah. So I'll look into it once I'm done with the stream. I don't want to focus on this last part now. So yeah, have a good good night, and I'll hopefully see you on Thursday, Calder. So sleep tight. Ooh, should we go for this one? I mean, this is also classic, isn't it? It's not as fun. Wall mounted, that's kind of cool. This looks like a, yeah, that's a disc tray. Why is it IKEA dish tray here? And Mohammed, you need to find work. I thought you mentioned you did have work, or didn't that pan out? Working as a stone cutter. You know what? I'm going to pick this one. I just like it. I know it's not like an actual thing. But it is a 3D printed thing, but I just kind of like it. So let's go with it. And we're going to add this into this part. Let's roughly scale it in. We can move that to the side again. And up to Blender. So, what are we looking at? My guess is size-wise, we can start by extruding this part. Just to make it the same as the others. Actually, let's make it the same as this one. Can we not do that? We can, okay. I'm gonna separate it from the original. Let's make it wired. Let's do it this way. All right. You will start university early. Oh, that's nice. Really nice. Get into it as soon as possible. All right, so now we're at the center. Let's just start by blocking things out. So let's start with a cube, add it to the center. Then we're going to pick this, that, divided by 2. So it's at the on top of the world origin. Move the cursor to world origin, and then the origin to the cursor. Perfect. I think that is actually kind of good for the centerpiece or the center object. You know what? Let's make it 0.12. Yeah, like that. Copy, move the pivot to the geometry, rotate it 90 degrees. That's too low. But this, there we go. All transforms on both of these. So this is just me trying out finding this size. That's good. Let's see, Mohammed, stone cutting is easy when you find soft stone, but if the stone contains flint or ore, it would be very hard to shape. Yeah, I can imagine that. I'm not as familiar with flint, but if you have ore, I can definitely imagine that being difficult to cut through, especially if you don't have the proper tools. All right, let's try the new tool we found again. We can do this, that. Oh, actually, before we do that, we need to move this part to the top, and honestly, we can delete the face. Wait, what's going on? What happened? What did I move? Pushing all the buttons right now. That's better. And we are going left. So Alt+A, left, world. Not aligning. Nothing. Why is it worked so well last time? I do want this to work because, I mean, it would be really useful. What if we do this? I mean, it's not moving. Oh, there's something. Something is happening at least. All right. Don't work. It doesn't work right now, so do it this way. Let's see. More stone, go for the effective, but we're trying to take the stone chunk before that. Sure. If that is what you need to, like for your job, that makes a ton of sense. These be. Oh, I need to do this. Should I go all the way out? I think that's enough. Make sure the scale is proper. And we're going to bevel. Oh, I can't do it because that's the mirror. Let's mirror this. I think this is perfect. Awesome. Fun fact, the university starts every year before the university with 2 months. Right. If the university starts before the university. Sorry, I am not really following that one, Mohammed. Did you miss Bevel one word or used? Yeah. And it doesn't make sense. All right, I need to apply the modifier. Find these. Distance, make sure it's set. Next, how about yeah, let's not do that. What I had in mind was that I wanted to experiment a bit with beveling the edge using the weight or angles, which means that using weight, I can tell it specifically go through this edge and bevel it, or I can use the angle, which then determines everything above a certain value will be beveled. So it's less specific. And then I think about it, there's no real reason for me to do that because I want all angles bigger than, well, 60 and up, I think, should be good. It should be beveled. We're going to do that. I think that's good enough. The university cafeteria starts up before the university. I can see that makes sense in as much as there might be those who wants to go to the dorms early and they want access to a cafeteria, and the cafeteria will like, yeah, we can make money out of these people, so why not? Give them something to work with, and also we'll make some money. Makes sense. would love to know how I can get rid of that part. Well, either way, how about we do this? I don't see any issues, really. I might want to bevel these. They're not part of the effect right now. That is the only place that isn't. The reason is I need to lower my angle. There we go. 30. We live in the dorms for now. All right. Personally, I love the time I could live in the dorm. Done it a few times. It's a lot of fun because a lot of people will. Is that not happening? What I'm trying to say is a lot of people who study will also be there. So it's like people with the same mindset. So it's kind of nice. That's what I want. All right, so let's apply this one. And then we're going to connect these. All right, we're going to try it one more time. Let's try the... there we go. Why is it working now? What's the difference? Is it because I'm looking at it from different... Oh, it's the view. It might be the view. Oh. But then again, I tried the left earlier, right? Yeah, it doesn't make sense. All right, let's try that again. So if it's the view, I'm going to select these, then that, Alt+A, right. It's working perfect now. Not sure what's going on. Alt+A, left. Yeah. I'm not complaining really, but just curious why it didn't work the first time. Alt left. Because this is absolutely perfect because there's less buttons for me to press. Which is nice. I realized that the Science University of Gafsa is low score university. Oh, so it is. Okay. Well, in your case, you're just going to do your best and get as good grades as you can, right? So whether or not it's a amazing school or not, that shouldn't matter because you need the best grades you can get. All universities is a place to get good grades. And find people to have fun with, of course. Always find people to have fun with. Right. Next would be those cylinders. And the question is, should I try and replicate? So the reference has a thicker ring closer to this pole. And then I'm sure they have the rest, right? Because it's the inner ring is wider than what the plates would have. So I'm guessing what we should try. For save, I'm going to go to append. We're going to content models. Should be equipment, plates, selection. Let's grab this one. Let's honestly delete these. We don't need them. Do a 90-degree turn. Let's see where we can put it. So it looks like they have one up there, one roughly in this spot. This is purely for me figuring out the size of this thing. This could look really good. Perhaps. I'm thinking maybe I should have made this thicker. I think we're doing fine with this. Let's add a cylinder. Let's make it 60, might be too much. 8, too small. Let's make it 12. We're going to flip it in X. Then we're going to get this down further. Let's make sure we have wireframe on so we can see what we're doing. Oh, that's not right. There we go. I know it's big, but we can fix that. Other people study here, I mean students not in the BAC between 9/12 to the 20th of November to the 20th of December. So is it that the students with the lower grades are at school right now when the other ones will arrive later? Is that what I'm getting? Honestly, let's do this. We can make sure we have. No? Let's see if I read that again. I read it wrong. It's a low score university. That's I got that. All of the people who study, I mean students not in, I guess that's not in BACs between 29 and 2012. Not is score something out of 20. Oh. Okay, so the students are scoring between 9 and 12 out of 20. That's what you're saying, not the date. Oh, okay. Yeah, that makes sense. For some reason, I thought you were writing in American formats. Not sure why. I kept that. I realize. All right. Maybe not. All right. That looks pretty good. Honestly, let's do this though. And then we're going to pick these. We're going to collapse. And I like keep my angles clean for now because we're going to do a triangle list later on. So it shouldn't matter. BSA is the bachelor degree, right? Okay, so on this, let's start by doing this. Oh, you're following the format because you love America. There you go. Yeah, I'd love to say I'm going to snooze all the ads, but you know what? I'm just going to do it. Let's snooze it. I have 3 snoozes. So please ignore the Twitch messages in chat right now. They are not correct. Because I snoozed. right. How about that? That's too much. Need to remember to actually properly set that add-on up to the correct settings because, as you notice, it does some weird things. All right, and next would be to duplicate this thing. And pick these. Easiest would probably be to. All right, let's do it this way. Cursor to face, add empty plane axis, scale down, reset scale, make you two, combine you two, do a mirror on the y-axis, but pick the empty object, apply the empty, and we're done. Not like aesthetically beautiful, but it will do the trick. It will do what we need it to do. And look at it, I kind of like this smoother. So we're going to remove all the hard surface edges. You know what? Let's just remove them all. And then reselect sharp. But we're going to make it 60 or more. There we go. And then we're going to add weighted modifier. Delete that. Make this 100. Looking at it, might add more rings, like more geometry. Let's do that. And it should be easy. So before I do that, though, let's save. I should, if I do this LoopTools Circle, and repeat that. This is where the loop tool really shines. It does a really good job of making these circular instead. There we go. With that, let's pick this one, invert, delete, faces. No, let's do it this way first. Sorry, 1 second. Take this, or it into selected. No. What are you doing? You're not meant to do that. All right, let's do this one instead. Like this, delete, object, mirror, up, it. There we go. What's this? Moment you are covering general subjects and chosen specialty science, and the overall score is out of 20, and the students' results determine their eligibility for different university fields. Yeah, that makes sense. Points are really important during studies, so yeah. Oh, that is the BAC. All right, got it. Right, so where should we put this? I mean, I guess between these two would make sense, right? I pick, lock it. I think I locked it. No, that's the wall. Could be this one. There you go. Wait, what's going on? Oh, okay, because it's oh, it's intersecting. Right. So vertex closest. I mean, I'm sure I don't have to be that particular about being inside. That's not what I want. When we do this then. Not going to worry too much about absolute perfect, millimeter perfect, but there we go. This. What's going on? Yeah, again, I'm snoozing the ads. Sorry for the confusion. All right. I think we made some hefty progress. Mohammed, ads. I snoozed the ads, so we're not going to get ads. I'm actually going to end the stream before we get ads next time. But what I'm going to do, which I should have done earlier, is go to the bathroom. I know there's like not a lot left, but I need to do this, so I'll be right back. All right. What's up, Mohammed? You have 2 news. All right. All right. And I used my last news, which means whether we like it or not, in 5 minutes there will be ads, or in 6 minutes if you're going to be very particular and correct about it. So we're just going to go through this and we'll see what happens. Let's do this. You two, let's hide. And I'm going to grab a screenshot and so I can post it to the rest of the team. Go. I'll do that in a second. I think this is pretty darn good. I think what we could do potentially in future, first of all, make a proper vending machine could be nice. I'm actually going to write these things down while I do have it in mind. So we need, let's just call it refine the vending machine. Misspelled, of course it is. What else? I mean, we could update the desk itself, though that is not a priority. I would definitely need to do the exercise chair. That is important. I'm just going to put that in within parentheses. That's a hard word to say. Technically, we should probably refine the sink too, because it's just a placeholder. But that is also nothing that's important right now, because we haven't even talked about what we should do about water. Things like that. It could be in the future we just remove it and people will have to go into the bathroom, grab water, which I've been to gyms where you have to do that. Or it could be, hey, you don't have a sink. How about you add one? This, though, that's way too big. Do I have a team? I guess it could. I mean, honestly, yeah, I do have a team. It's a few friends and my brother. So, yeah, that would be a team, wouldn't it? Okay, so let's grab this. Make this 2 meters, I guess. I'm going to create another size ref. We need to delete these. We need just like that. How was it again? Shift S, face to cursor. Perfect. That's dead on. And we're going to make you. What I'm doing right now is a size ref for the exercise chair. I think a 2x1 is a decent size. I don't like that. I don't like that being that tall. So this 0.5. And pick this one, scale. Yeah, I mean, it's fun that both me and my brother have very similar interests. You want to see my brother? I don't know if he wants to be on stream. If he ever wants to, we might discuss it, but I highly doubt that he wished to be on stream, to be honest. Ah, darn. I was meant to do this. There we go. All right, now I don't have much of a choice. So, Twitch side, we have ads in roughly 1.5 to 2 minutes. I'm going to end it soon. So I understand if you don't want to be here for the final like rush. I'm not sure why it just became wrong. The timing is off. I'm going to end it in 4 minutes or something like that. So once you're back, I'm just going to say, hey, goodbye straight away, more or less. So if you don't want to be here anymore, absolutely understandable. I'll be back on Thursday though. So if anyone feels like this is something cool, we would love to see more. Please join me back on Thursday. YouTube, I'll be on in a minute, just for another minute or two. So roughly same idea, right? So thank you all for showing up, and I hope to see you all on Thursday for the next stream. So, yeah, I think that's all I have. Oh yeah, of course. Please consider giving me a follow. It would mean a lot. We just reached 50 followers today on Twitch. Now we have ads, so Twitch can't hear me anymore. That was amazing. That was a lot of fun. My YouTube channel is growing, which is absolutely fantastic. So everyone who has joined me over on YouTube, all the thanks. I really appreciate you all. And if you aren't subscribed to my channel, please consider following. It will mean a lot. So right now I'm just kind of rambling, but you all know the deal. Please like, subscribe, and all of that. And I'll hope to see everyone as many as possible on Thursday. And before I end, let's just throw this together. This is just me roughly sketching what the chair will look like. Giving me a better understanding. I assume he looks like Sigma, like me. Probably. He's more Sigma than me. Thank you, Mohammed, for being here. I hope to see you on Thursday. And everyone else, of course. And instead of me rambling on, I'm just going to end it here. Everyone, thank you all. Now I'm just repeating myself. All right. See you. Bye-bye.